Hey, how's it going everyone? It's been quite a while since we've had a news update for Alien Covenant's sequel, which was tentatively titled Alien Awakening for some time. Now, the last we heard, I think officially, was from the Fox CEO Stacey Snider, and then we also heard some tidbits here and there from Ridley Scott during the press tour for All the Money in the World. And essentially what Stacey Snider had said is that she acknowledged that Covenant's box office was disappointing, but that she was hopeful that Scott could find the right story for the future Alien films that he is planning. And what Ridley Scott had said was essentially continuing his dialogue about the idea of moving away from the xenomorphs in the future films and instead pursuing a story in which AI dominate the main picture and storyline, because he said that was pretty much going to be more interesting than just using the xenomorph again, which kind of made sense. I mean, he had said similar things leading up to Prometheus, saying that the beast was cooked and the xenomorph was no longer scary or interesting, so he had to try and find new things to use. That's why the neomorphs were in Covenant and kind of the other creatures and stuff. That's why you saw the Deacon in Prometheus. All these wacky ideas basically came up for one movie and then he moved away from them because he's always trying to find that new creature. So in this newest update, this is a brand new interview with Metro, actually. I'll leave a link down below so you guys can check out the source on AVP Galaxy as well for picking up the news. But the cool thing is they actually interviewed Katherine Waterston, who plays Daniels in the film. And if you guys remember, at the end of Covenant, Daniels was in a pretty big predicament along with Tennessee, because essentially they were locked up in their cryopods going back to sleep, with David having full control over the colony ship Covenant and its thousands of colonists. Now, when asked in regards to whether or not there will be a sequel to Alien Covenant or if there's any movement on it, she had this to say: "I have no idea. I always feel as though the actors are the last to know, but I also feel as though I could have a great deal to do in that film, or just be rolled out in a body bag. I had heard some rumors about where it might go a long time ago that were really interesting to me and my character, but I haven't heard anything in ages." Now, this makes perfect sense. I mean, it seems like everything is pointing to the fact that this film isn't happening, or at least not happening anytime soon, which is of course unfortunate news to a lot of fans who actually did like Alien Covenant and Prometheus and were on board with Ridley Scott's direction of the prequel films and wanted to see more of what he wanted to do. I think he at one point had said he wanted to make 6 more films, then it went down to 2 more films, and that was kind of like the final number that he was talking about. I think 2 more sequels to Covenant, then it would all wrap up and lead back into the original Alien. But it looks like those plans have changed, and if we're going to be getting anything else, it's probably going to be some sort of a soft reboot of the entire franchise using new characters, new locations, and just taking the story in a different direction, which honestly is probably for the best. Had this not been cancelled, Covenant 2 would have been going into production summer of last year, and we probably would have got tons of set photos, cast news, and updates by now, being released I think some point this year or early next year. But it is kind of a shame that this story is being left undone. You know, it's like the end of Covenant, there were so many avenues they could have taken it, but probably never going to be explored or expanded upon. I mean, maybe they can do like a comic book or some sort of a novel or something to wrap up that particular story, but honestly, like I said, it's probably for the best that they move in a different direction. Maybe go back to low budget stuff, go back to what makes the alien scary, just like the original film. Maybe have one alien and have a group of survivors on a ship or a colony trying to evade this creature that they've got no clue what it is. I think that would be really cool to see. Obviously the Colonial Marines in a film or something, but at this point I'm just spitballing here. Drop your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you guys think about this news? She hasn't heard anything about Alien Covenant in ages, and it seems like the film is probably not happening at this point, as Ridley Scott has also moved on to other projects. He's developing a comic book adaptation at Fox, and he's probably going to be directing the Merlin saga at Disney. Speaking of Disney, we also have the whole pending merger between Fox and Disney, which will likely shake up Alien and Predator universe once again. But like I said, drop all your thoughts down in the usual spot, and for the latest updates on everything in the Alien and Predator universe, be sure to subscribe to Hybrid Network. Thank you guys again for checking this video out. If you want to get even more updates from us, check out our social media platforms, our website for news and editorials, and if you want to see our content improve and help us out, donate to us on our Patreon and you can get exclusive rewards.